Can you all hear me and see me clearly? I hope you can see me now. All right. So, welcome to the book study on compassionate objectivity. So, this is the Golden Lotus Sutra written by Grandmaster Chua Koksui, which we are going to follow in this session. और इस book को हम लोग अच्छे से study करेंगे. We will go step by step and study the book properly. As you all can see, we have kept it as an eligibility with basic or soul, because we're going to talk a lot on the virtues, and we will also discuss about the practical applications of this book in our day-to-day life. All right. Just give me a yes if you can hear me and see me clearly. We will then begin with an invocation. Yeah. By the way, the sessions are recorded, and the recording will be available for all of you to access for about a month. So it will be given to you today itself by 8 o'clock, on almost around by 8 o'clock, it will be uploaded, and then you can watch it repeatedly if you like. Right? So let us first begin with an invocation. एक prayer के साथ शुरुआत करते हैं. So just keep your spine straight. I hope you all have the book with you available. Take a deep breath. Be aware of your heart. Inhale and exhale. Be aware of your crown. Inhale and exhale. To the Supreme God, Divine Father, Divine Mother, to Lord Mahagurji Mailing, to all the great ones, to our beloved and respected teacher, Grandmaster Chua Koksui, we humbly invoke for your presence, your guidance, your help, and protection. Thank you for blessing all of us with divine light, love, and power. Thank you for blessing us with this book and the energy and the knowledge that is transferred in this book. May all the teachings which Master Chua Koksui has imparted in this book, may our auras be super receptive, super conductive to the teachings that are coming out from this book. Yes, Master. Thank you, Master. May we absorb the teachings and the energies impregnated by Grandmaster Chua Koksui in this beautiful book. Thank you, Master, for your presence. To the healing angels, healing minister, thank you for your presence. To the angels of technology, thank you for your presence. Gently open your eyes. To all the people who have joined in, Atma Namaste, thank you for your presence. Yeah. So let's begin. So we will first start with the page number 3. So the first chapter is on character building. Let's go to page number 3, jahan se the first chapter is starting. So Yamasa says, character is the manifestation of the degree of soul contact. When you are out of balance, the connection between you and your higher soul becomes minimal. With a degree of oneness, it is easier to practice character building. Stop identifying yourself with the body. When you are no longer identifying yourself with the physical body, this attitude will activate your spiritual development. It will become easier to control your chakras. Weak character reflects the weakness of the soul. When soul connection is not strong, the chakras, rather than the soul, controls the lower bodies. Ask, who is the boss? The soul or the chakras? If you master character building, it shows that your soul is evolving. Okay, so now if you see, this book is designed and it's made especially for character building. So the 5 virtues which we have learned in the basic class, soul class, Arhatic Yoga, this book is entirely written only on those 5 virtues. Now, why is there so much of emphasis or so much of importance? Itna importance क्यों होता है on the virtues? What do you think? Itna importance क्यों होता होगा on the virtues? So the virtues are very important simply because your spiritual cord. Now, क्या होता है whenever we are meditating, when we are doing our meditations, when we are doing our practices, have you seen that the spiritual cord becomes bigger? स्पिरिचुअल कॉर्ड बड़ा हो जाता है, लेकिन if you want to sustain the size of the spiritual cord, that depends on your character. Now, like you meditated, your cord became big, but after that you broke a virtue, तो cord फिर से shrink हो जाता है. Okay, but then it shrinks only to a certain degree. Now it remains stable to a certain degree only in connection to the virtues that we have built up. तो हम लोग जैसे जैसे वर्च्यूज को अपने अंदर बिल्डअप करते हैं, तो अपना जो स्पिरिचुअल कॉर्ड है, इट बिकम्स स्टेबल एट दैट लेवल. इट वोंट फ्लक्चुएट सो मच. इट वोंट फ्लक्चुएट सो मच. डिड यू अंडरस्टैंड दिस पार्ट? सो स्पिरिचुअल कॉर्ड इज बेसिकली ये वो कॉर्ड है जो हमने बेसिक क्लास और सोल क्लास में सीखा था, दैट इट कनेक्ट्स अस टू द हायर सोल. So whatever intuition we get, whatever divine energy we get, it all comes through the spiritual cord. Now, the most important part for us is to maintain the size of the spiritual cord. Okay. Now, before we start and get deeper into it, I want all of you to scan the size of the spiritual cord. Okay. Now, I don't want you to scan the pumped up size after meditation जो होता है. Okay, so what you could do is we want to understand कि आपका exactly most of the time of the day कितना होता है spiritual cord का size, kind of like an average size. Okay, so shall we form that intention and scan that? Yeah, what is your general size of the spiritual cord? Not just after meditation, not just after meditation. Okay, so let's scan. Just be aware of your heart. Be aware of your crown. Just be still. Press the center of your palms. Okay. By the way, in these 5 sessions, we are going to do a lot of scanning. So you might, that is why we kept a little bit eligibility as basic and soul. Okay. Now scan the spiritual cord. You just mentally say the average size of my spiritual cord. What is your average size most of the time of the day? You just form an intention and you say average size of my spiritual cord. Okay. Now I want you to take note of this size. Just on the piece of pen and paper, just note down this size. Is it ½ inch? Is it 1 inch? Is it in centimeters? आपको जैसे भी लिखना है, just have it noted. Now, one more thing I would like to highlight to all of you, that your spiritual cord is not dependent on the Arahatic yoga level that you practice. Okay, बहुत बार लोग आते हैं, बोलते हैं कि आप लोग किस लेवल में हैं, कौन सा Arahatic yoga कौन से लेवल में है. It does not matter. We need to understand the spiritual facts which are given by master. It is absolutely normal and possible कि कोई एक इंसान है जो प्राणिक हीलर भी नहीं है, जो मेडिटेशन भी नहीं करता है. Don't you think कि उसका spiritual cord भी हमारे से बड़ा हो सकता है? What do you think? If somebody is not a meditator, is not a regular practitioner, वो कुछ भी नहीं प्रैक्टिस करता है, ना मेडिटेशन प्रैक्टिस करता है, ना भगवान को प्रे करता है, ना ग्रैंड मास्टर उसके गुरु हैं, ना ही वो अराहतिक योगा प्रैक्टिशनर है, still it is absolutely possible that that person's spiritual cord is bigger than our spiritual cords also, or it is bigger than the spiritual cord of Arahatic yoga level 4, level 5, whatever you might be thinking of. Okay, so ये myth को हम लोग को break करना होगा. So if you want to judge a character of the person, you can really judge it well by scanning फंक्शनल एवरेज साइज कितनी है उसकी स्पिरिचुअल कॉर्ड की, उससे हम लोग को पता चलता है कि उसके हायर सोल से कनेक्शन कितना स्ट्रॉन्ग है. ओके, नाउ दिस इज व्हाई इट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट दैट वी स्कैन. ओके, आई जस्ट टेक दिस क्वेश्चन. What if you don't find anything? You don't find anything, doesn't matter. You sensitize your hands again and then you scan again. Okay, just feel the energy. What is the maximum size? There is nothing called as maximum size of a spiritual cord or chakras. Maximum size बहुत बड़ी हो सकती है. It can be bigger than the body also of the person. वो बहुत it keeps on enhancing. It keeps on enhancing. So there is no upper limit to the maximum size of the spiritual cord. Can be a good question, Shivani Behra. I like that question. Can we scan the spiritual cord of a person without permission? Yes, we can scan people without permission. But please get your motives right. Don't scan कि चलो आज बहुत बोर हो रहा है, चलो कुछ किटी पार्टी में बैठे हैं, चलो एक दूसरे का स्कैनिंग करते हैं, उसकी मदर इन लॉ का चेक करते हैं, कॉर्ड कैसा है, चक्र कैसा है, उसके हस्बैंड का चेक करते हैं. You can't do it for fun. You can't do it to just simply and judge people. तो उस चक्कर में हमारा खुद का स्पिरिचुअल कॉर्ड छोटा हो जाएगा. बट यस, इफ यू आर गेटिंग इनटू पार्टनरशिप विद समवन, आप किसी के साथ पार्टनरशिप करने जा रहे हैं, आप किसी के साथ शादी करने जा रहे हैं, या आप कोई एम्प्लॉय को हायर कर रहे हैं, आप कोई इंसान को आपके सिस्टम में हायर कर रहे हैं, उसको ज्वाइन करवा रहे हैं, तो हम लोग नॉर्मली इफ यू सी वी ट्राई टू एनालाइज, वी ट्राई टू जज द पर्सन, वी ट्राई टू फाइंड आउट द ट्रैक रिकॉर्ड ऑफ द पर्सन. तो उसमें आप स्कैनिंग को एक एडिशनल टूल की तरह इस्तेमाल कर सकते हैं. So yes, we can scan people without permission, but it has to be for a genuine reason, because you're trying to get in generally. But don't just do it for judging people. Don't just do it. In fact, मास्टर ये भी बोलते हैं कि अगर आप कोई ट्रेनर के साथ क्लास कर रहे हैं, कोई सेशंस कर रहे हैं, या किसी ऑथर की आप बुक पढ़ रहे हैं, it is important that you scan the instructors, you scan the authors of the book. Okay, so even if they are pranic healing instructors, sometimes say, oh, Neha Jain, senior trainer, but how do you know whether a particular, there could be a basic pranic healing instructor versus a senior instructor? It is quite possible कि वो instructor का spiritual cord बड़ा हो सकता है. We cannot get fooled just by thinking कि oh, ये senior trainer है, ये junior trainer. Yes, seniority just reflects that this person has more experience, but does not reflect that XYZ person has a better character. Is this part clear? Is this part clear? So hum log don't get fooled by the tags, the names, the things. What is most important, where we cannot get fooled by, is the spiritual cord. Is a spiritual cord. Okay. So now here, I really like this, what Master says, and I personally, as we discussed, we are going to use a lot of practical tips. So one practical tip for the spiritual cord, अगर आप कोई भी book पढ़ने जा रहे हैं, do scan the author of the book. Okay, वो book जिसने लिखी है, उस author का spiritual cord आपसे बड़ा होना चाहिए. अगर आपसे ही उसका छोटा है, तो you are going to waste your time. You're going to really waste your time. तो अगर आप कोई स्पिरिचुअल बुक पढ़ रहे हैं, स्पिरिचुअल कोर्स लेने जा रहे हैं, और यू आर गोइंग टू लर्न समथिंग न्यू, सो वन प्रैक्टिकल टिप फॉर ऑल ऑफ यू, प्लीज स्कैन द स्पिरिचुअल कॉर्ड ऑफ द पर्सन. इट रिफ्लेक्ट्स द कैरेक्टर ऑफ द पर्सन. इट रियली रिफ्लेक्ट्स. और अगर किसी का स्पिरिचुअल कॉर्ड आपसे बड़ा है, मीन्स उससे आपको कुछ ना कुछ सीखने जरूर मिलेगा. यू विल लर्न, यू कैन लर्न समथिंग फ्रॉम दैट पर्सन, बिकॉज देन दैट पर्सन इज मोर इवॉल्व्ड. Okay. Doesn't the author's cord keep changing? Yes, of course it keeps changing. So what you can do is just form an intention that you're scanning like the average size of that person. Average size. Okay. Just form an intention कि उसका एक average size आप scan कर रहे हैं. Okay. So Prabha, your question is, अगर book fun related है तब. By the way, if it is fun related also, that also requires spiritual energy. But if there is lies, I'm not talking just about spiritual books, by the way. In general, to gauge the character of the person. Even if the author is not alive, you can form an intention when the author was writing the book, tab uska spiritual cord kaisa tha. All right. So Rohan is saying, I'm happy that I have a cord. By the way, congratulations, everybody has a cord. If you have a body, you're sitting alive and you can see and watch everything, of course you have a cord. Okay, cord to hai hi hai, but it's just that sometimes it is possible you're not feeling it, but of course the cord is there, the cord is there. The cord is immortal, by the way. Okay, so now I really, this was one tip for all of you. Second tip for all of you from page number 3. I'm going to give a lot of tips. I would need, because we are a nice compact group, so I will need assistance of maybe if somebody can volunteer to like summarize the tips and then post it in the group, and you can just anybody who would like to volunteer. तो हमारे WhatsApp group पर भी आप जो daily के tips है, कुछ notes है, pointers है, वो आप अपने compassionate objectivity वाला group जो है उसमें you can post. Yeah. So if anybody would like to volunteer, you can please take care of that. Okay, so Rohan is saying, I would like to volunteer. Thank you, Rohan. Sure. Shivani Bhera, Ayushi Jalan. Okay, and you all can just post, maybe summarize a couple of 2-3 people, and then you can Yeah, feel free to post that. All right. So now, second tip for all of you is, who is the boss, the soul or chakras? हमारे regular character building practice में, this is, I think, an amazing mantra that works, that really works. So बहुत बार जब हमारे emotions हमको take over करते हैं, it is something that we need to really bring it into our habit and keep reminding us that who is the boss? Who is the boss? Okay. Is this emotion the boss? Is this emotional body the boss? Or is it the physical body? So जब भी हम लोग को कोई negative emotion bother करता है, या कोई negative habit जिसके ऊपर हमारा control नहीं है, that habit is taking over. It's like you the soul, you are the boss. But कोई ऐसी negative habit है जो take over कर रही है, या कोई negative emotion है जो take over कर रहा है. It is very important to just simply remind yourself who is the boss. I, the soul, I am the boss, and not this emotion, and not this habit. I, the soul, I am the boss. Would you like to practice this? Yeah. So let us do this on a practical level. इसको हम लोग अच्छे से practice करते हैं. I just want you to think about any one habit, negative habit that you, or negative, two things we will practice for. One is a negative habit, and second one is for some negative emotion. Okay. So first, let's practice for a negative habit. Think about any negative habit which you have, and आप उसको overcome करना चाहते हैं, लेकिन आप कर नहीं पा रहे हैं. Okay? Anything. It could be laziness. It could be maybe some negative words that you use. आप चाहते हैं कि ये शब्द नहीं इस्तेमाल करना चाहिए, लेकिन आप फिर भी इस्तेमाल कर रहे हैं. Maybe it could be related to some wrong eating habits. Maybe related to some procrastination, sleeping late, general negative habit. You want to change it, but you're not having control over yourself, and you're not being able to change it. Are you done? Have you thought about it? Yeah. Now let's practice. This is your tip number 2 on practicing character building. हम लोग बहुत character building पे ये 5 sessions में focus करेंगे, and it is quite possible, by the way, that the session may not get over in 5 sessions. So mentally be prepared. I've never finished any book study on the given deadline, but because we don't want to cut short, it might get extended. Just mentally preparing you. Okay. So just think about the negative habit. Think about that moment where you are indulging into that negative habit. It could be that you're not being able to get up early in the morning, your alarm rings at 6 o'clock and you keep putting it on snooze. Any scene like that जहाँ पे आपका खुद के ऊपर control नहीं है. Think about that. Just imagine as if it is happening again at that moment with you. Now just affirm. Imagine as if you're talking to your own self. Ask yourself, who is the boss? The soul or this habit? Repeat it 3 times. Ask yourself, who is the boss? The soul or this habit? Who is the boss? The soul or this habit? I am the soul. I, the soul, I am the boss. I, the soul, has perfect control over my vehicles. Now repeat it 3 times. I am the soul. I am not this habit. And I can change this habit. I am the soul. I'm not this habit, and I can change this habit. I am the soul. I'm not this habit, and I can change this habit. So be it. Gently open your eyes. How do you feel? Do you feel good? Do you feel that you have control over yourself? Yeah. So this is again practical application. So next time, whenever you get tempted to get into a wrong habit, or you're not being, so character building starts with small things actually. और जैसे ही हम लोग अपने आप को soul से identify करते हैं, our spiritual cord becomes bigger, but it has to be a reminder when it needs to be done, it needs to be done. Okay, अब हम लोग एक और चीज के लिए प्रैक्टिस करेंगे. This time we will practice for a particular negative emotion. Any one negative emotion which kind of takes over you, जिसका आपका, you the soul, you don't have control over that negative emotion. Can you think about that? Yeah, it could be anger, irritation, stress, it could be some kind of addiction maybe. Any कोई भी एक ऐसा negative emotion जिसका आपका उस emotion के ऊपर control नहीं है, you kind of slip. Maybe sadness. Of late, many of us, maybe sometimes we suffer from boredom, yeah, because many things we're not being able to do. Sometimes you're bored, and that boredom results into overthinking. Yeah. Think about any one emotion. Done? Let's begin. So now, another practical tip. जब next time ये emotion आपको bother करेगा, that is the time you can do this practice which we are going to do now. तब आप ये practice कर सकते हैं ताकि इस emotion से आप बाहर आए. You know, every time that emotion comes up, you will remind yourself, I am the soul, I'm not this emotion. फिर से वो emotion सामने आया, you will again remind yourself, I am the soul, I'm not this emotion. So you know, it will keep happening for a few days. और हर बार जब आप उसको remind करेंगे, I am the soul, that negative emotion starts becoming powerless. वो emotion का जो power है, वो कम होता जाता है, and then finally it diminishes. Finally, it is completely out of your system. Okay, so let's practice. Think about the emotion that bothers you. Just think about the moment when this emotion gets activated, it comes back. Now just affirm 3 times, and that will be good enough. आप इतना भी करेंगे तो भी you will be out of it. बस 3 बार affirm करिए. Just name the emotion in your mind and you say, I am not this emotion. It could be anger, irritation, stress. Say, for example, if you're doing it for fear, then you say, I am not this fear. I am the soul. I am not this fear. I am the soul. I am not this fear. I am the soul. I am that I am. I, the soul, I am the boss. I'm not this fear. I am the soul. I, the soul, I am the boss. Not this emotion. Gently open your eyes. How do you feel? Yeah, those who have done psychotherapy, or those, I think most of you are Aratik yogis also, you scan, feel the energy of the emotions. जैसे for example, अगर आपने इसके fear के लिए किया, scan the energy of fear before and scan the energy of fear after your affirmation. You can scan. Meanwhile, I'll take a question. Can we do for physical pain? Yes, you can do it for physical pain also. If you want, we can quickly practice for physical pain also, if many of you want it. Yeah. So say, for example, how do you do it for physical pain? Say, for example, you're having shoulder pain. Okay. So you just mentally say, now, जब हम लोग को pain होता है, हम लोग मन ही मन क्या बोलते हैं कि मुझे दर्द है. I have pain. I have pain. You know, so we keep on thinking about that I have pain. So when we say that, we identify ourselves with that pain. And that actually, उसकी वजह से pain और बढ़ जाता है. So what you can do, you can say, I am not this pain, I am the soul. Now the moment you say, I am the soul, I'm not this pain, what the soul energy goes into that area where there is pain. And when soul energy penetrates in the area where there is pain, divine healing occurs, natural healing occurs, and rapid healing can manifest very easily. Would you like to try that quickly? Let's practice. Think about any part of your body where you have pain. Okay, close your eyes. Think about any part of your body where you have pain. Now mentally, just check on a scale of 10, kitna hai pain? 10 means maximum pain, 0 means no pain. How much is the pain right now? Just make a mental note कि अभी ये pain कितना है. You can scan if you like, or you just make a mental note. How much is the pain? Now please affirm. You say, I am the soul. I'm not this pain. I am the soul. I'm not this pain. I am the soul. I release this pain. I let go of this pain. I am the soul. And I release this pain. I let go. I am healed. I am the soul. And mention the part of your body. And you say, this body part is healed. I am the soul. And my body part is healed. Gently open your eyes. Please check how is the pain. Is it reduced? If it was on a scale of 10, how much was it before and how much is it now? You can put it in the chat box if you like. How much is the pain? Reduced. So Khushbu is already saying that your pain is reduced. Fantastic. How much? How much percentage? 50% reduced, 60% reduced. Okay, Prabha is saying 70% reduced. Priyanka is saying before 6, now 3. That's 50% reduction. 80% reduction. Fantastic. My mom is saying that the pain is gone. Fantastic. So isn't it amazing? These are the beautiful teachings, and that is the power of the soul energy. ये सब जो teachings है ये बहुत ही simple है, but sometimes we make it complicated. Now the pain which is gone 50%, the more if we keep on saying, now especially in this pandemic, people are meditating so much on the pain, so much on the disease. So we have to keep on fighting it with opposite positive energy. That my body is healthy, my body is strong, and I am the soul. जहाँ पे soul की energy flow करेगी, our immunity goes up, everything goes up, right? And we are still on page number 1, first page of the book, that is the page number 3. Let's go to the next one. Can you give these affirmations in the WhatsApp group? Yes. So today somebody will be taking notes for us. I'm sorry, many people raise hands, so any one of you can take it up, please. I didn't appoint anyone. Maybe 2-3 are taking notes today. So all of you can note it today. From tomorrow, we can have any one person taking charge. Shivani, Bhera and Rohan, both are writing the notes today. Both of you can post, and we can have maybe 2-3 notes going in, so that in case anything is missed, we will be able to cope up. Plus you have the recordings. Let's go to page number 4. In general, principles should not be compromised. Okay? In general, principles should not be compromised. Take care of that. When there is no morality, there will be pervasive chaos and disorder. Okay? Problems arise from lack of principle, lack of character, lack of integrity, and lack of moderation. Purge yourself of weaknesses or negative qualities. So, Master बहुत clearly बोल रहे हैं कि in general, principles should not be compromised. Means जितना हो सके in general, do not break principles. Okay, do not break character. Do not let your integrity break. So in general, be honest. For example, whether people are checking you or not, try to be honest. Like for example, during the COVID time, this was happening a lot. So we had many people had to give a COVID report and at the airport, and for regular travelers, people were actually changing the dates and giving the same report, and it became like a norm by the end of it until lockdowns happened. Now इस तरह का जो temptation है, I'm just giving you one off example in the recent time. इस तरह के छोटे-छोटे temptations हमारे life में बहुत सारे आते हैं. So that is where we need to remind ourselves of principles, remind ourselves of integrity, remind ourselves that even if people are not checking us, even if people are not keeping a tap on us, are we still sticking to our character, and that is the meaning of integrity. Integrity का meaning क्या होता है? Integrity का meaning ये होता है कि चाहे कोई हमको देख रहा हो चाहे नहीं देख रहा हो, we are still the same, and that is tough at times. Simple understanding of integrity is what we are inside, we are outside. Now, what we are inside, we are outside can only happen when दूसरों के सामने कभी कभी हमारा बिहेवियर अलग होता है, और जब कोई नहीं देख रहा होता तब हमारा बिहेवियर अलग होता है. So this is nothing but lack of integrity. So integrity means behaving in the same way whether somebody is watching you or not. Like आध्यात्मिक योगीज, जब हम लोग आध्यात्मिक रिट्रीट्स में मिलते थे रादर 2 साल पहले, जब कोरोना नहीं था, तो एवरीबडी इज वेरी काइंड, एवरीबडी इज आपका नमस्ते, स्माइलिंग, एवरीथिंग ओके. जैसे रिट्रीट के बाहर गए, समथिंग एल्स इज हैपनिंग. So in front of pranic healers, we are like pranic healers. But in front of non-pranic healers, we are not like our pranic healers, in the sense we forget our virtues, we forget. So normally क्या होता है, we end up behaving in a particular environment in a certain way, in certain other environment in certain other way. So integrity basically means that चाहे लोग हमको देख रहे हो चाहे नहीं देख रहे हो, can we still be the same person? That is integrity. All right, so let us continue. Now this one is this line, Master says that purge yourself of weaknesses or negative qualities. Now what do you mean by purging yourself? Means every day trying to overcome. Now for me personally, जो हम लोग ने अभी टेक्निक की थी, like जो एक negative emotion आ रहा है, every time we are saying कि no, I'm not this emotion, I am the soul, I'm not this emotion, I am the soul. What are you doing? You're purging, you're removing that weakness, you're letting go of that weakness. Psychotherapy, जब हम लोग self psychotherapy करते हैं, we are letting go of that weakness. जब हम blue triangle करते हैं, so purging is nothing but realizing that I am at fault or I'm about to commit a fault, and then refraining yourself from doing it. That is the meaning of purging, means coming out of that weakness. कभी भी हम वो weakness में डूब रहे हैं, फिर से बाहर आ रहे हैं, फिर से डूबने जा रहे हैं, फिर से बाहर आ रहे हैं. So every time we keep doing this, तो हम लोग का spiritual cord strong रहता है, spiritual cord healthy रहता है. So that is what happens. Okay, that is the meaning of purging or coming out of your weaknesses. So that's the next line also. Master says weaknesses have layers like an onion. They must be disintegrated again and again until they are replaced with right thoughts, right words, and right actions. The reason some people are in big trouble is because they have big character flaws. Big trouble is equal to big character flaws. Now, जब हमारे लाइफ में big trouble आता है, what is the first reaction? हमारे लाइफ में या किसी और के भी लाइफ में जो हमारे से बहुत क्लोज है या हमारे से बहुत उनकी अटैचमेंट है, जब उनके लाइफ में किसी के लाइफ में बिग ट्रबल आता है, what is the first reaction? Oh, अच्छे लोगों के साथ हमेशा बुरा होता है. Please get out of this nonsense. It's completely nonsense. God being God, उनके हिसाब किताब में गलतियां नहीं हो सकती. If you are having a big problem, address it. There is some big character flaw which you are not addressing or which you are not removing from your system. And don't pamper people who have character flaws. अक्सर हम लोग क्या करते हैं, उन लोगों को पैम्पर करते हैं. अच्छा, तुम्हारा नेचर एकदम ठीक है, तुम्हारे से कोई गलती नहीं हुई है, तो वो इंसान की वजह से तुम्हारे लाइफ में ऐसा हो गया. ओ बेचारा दिस, बेचारा दैट. देयर इज नथिंग कॉल्ड एज बेचारा. It is all a glamour of self-pity. We have to understand that the universe and God being God, everything is fair here. Nothing is unfair. जैसे हम लोग बोलते हैं, ओ अनफेयर हो रहा है, इसके साथ अनफेयर हो रहा है, ये तो इतना अच्छा इंसान है, इसके साथ इतना गलत हुआ. That means we are fighting with God and telling God कि आप अनफेयर हो. Do you think God being God is unfair? No. So if there is a big trouble happening, let's realize that there is a big character flaw also in the aura. It's just that हम उसे address नहीं कर रहे हैं, या हम उसे many people love to have the ostrich mentality. Do you know what is an ostrich mentality? Yeah, do you know what is an ostrich mentality? ऑस्ट्रिच क्या करता है? ऑस्ट्रिच मेंटालिटी, लाइक ऑस्ट्रिच क्या करता है, अपना हेड को नीचे परी कर देता है. मींस लाइक फॉर एग्जाम्पल, ऑस्ट्रिच क्या करता है, वो खड़ा है और सामने से एक ट्रक आ रहा है, वो उसको कुचेलने वाला है, वो क्या करेगा, ही पुट द हेड इन द सैंड. and then the truck will go off. So this is what many people do. They don't want to address their weakness. Weakness को क्या करते हैं, कारपेट के नीचे डाल देते हैं, उसको और हम छुपा के रखते हैं. जब weakness को हम बहुत छुपा के रखेंगे, then we are becoming like an ostrich. The truck will roll over. Means problem will come. और वीकनेस को हाइड करने से वीकनेस गायब नहीं होती, वीकनेस को निकालने से वीकनेस गायब होती है. एंड वी हैव टू बिकम स्ट्रॉन्ग एंड एड्रेस आवर वीकनेसेस, इवन इफ द वीकनेस इज वेरी डर्टी टू लुक एट. लाइक फॉर एग्जाम्पल प्राइड. बहुत लोग को सुनने में अच्छा नहीं लगता है कि मेरे अंदर ईगो है या मेरे अंदर प्राइड है, बट अगर आपको दिख रहा है और अगर आपको लोग फीडबैक दे रहे हैं, think about it. Don't become like an ostrich. Don't put your head down and tell yourself नहीं मेरे अंदर ये problem नहीं है. The truck will still crush you. The truck will still crush you. Circumstances will crush you. Karma will crush you. So Varsha, there's a question, big trouble can be because of bad karma. Of course. Of course. So let us address issues. अगर कुछ प्रॉब्लम आ रही है, कोई प्रॉब्लम रिपीटेडली आ रही है, मीन्स कोई रिपीटेड कैरेक्टर फ्लॉ हम अंदर छुपा के रखे हैं, मे बी बिकॉज ऑफ लैक ऑफ अवेयरनेस. एंड दैट इज व्हाई स्पिरिचुअलिटी कम्स इन, जहां पे हमको अवेयरनेस आ सके कि हम ऐसा कौन सा वीकनेस को इतना छुपा के रख रहे हैं, उसको हमको निकालना है बाहर. छुपा के आप भले दुनिया को मत बताइए कि आपके अंदर ये वीकनेस है, बट एटलीस्ट डोंट स्टॉप, डोंट लाई टू योरसेल्फ. We have to address our weaknesses, and that is the first step towards spirituality. अगर हमारे अंदर हमारी weakness देखने की हिम्मत नहीं है, you cannot practice character building. Many people, they are very very possessive about themselves. तो उनको आप feedback नहीं दे सकते, वो अपनी weakness को कभी मान ही नहीं सकते. अगर हम लोग अपना nature ऐसे बना लेंगे, we cannot practice character building. कैरेक्टर बिल्डिंग हम प्रैक्टिस कर ही नहीं पाएंगे. Is this clear? So if there is a problem happening, we need to address. We have to, number 1, stop blaming God. Number 2, stop blaming circumstances. Number 3, stop going in a self-pity mode. स्ट्रेंथ के साथ उसको फेस करना है. यही समझना है कि अगर मेरे साथ ये प्रॉब्लम हो रहा है, इतना बड़ा ट्रबल आ रहा है, what is the character flaw in me that is attracting this trouble? Let me remove this character flaw. That is a mature way of handling troubles. That is a spiritually the right way of handling troubles. And the good part is कि trouble का purpose ही यही होता है ताकि हम वो flaw को अपने अंदर से हटा सकें. बट उस फ्लॉ को और छुपाएंगे तो ट्रबल और बड़ा आएगा. सो डू यू वांट टू अट्रैक्ट मोर ट्रबल? इफ यू डोंट वांट टू अट्रैक्ट मोर ट्रबल, देन यू नीड to become objective with yourself. In fact, this book is the Golden Lotus Sutra on character building. Can you all tell me what is one most important aspect to be able to practice character building? What is one important attitude which is needed in us to be able to implement character building? So externalization, self-honesty, positivity. Well, I feel what is one most important attitude that is needed is to be objective with yourself. Objectivity. That is why it is called as compassionate objectivity. Objectivity is needed. Objectivity मतलब क्या? Objectivity मतलब क्या? मतलब अपने आप को बहुत पर्सनली नहीं लेना है. You have to be objective with yourself. Look at yourself like an object. Understand कि नहीं मेरे अंदर ये प्रॉब्लम है, ये बिहेवियर मेरा गलत है. Okay, fine. Let me correct it. This is the meaning of objectivity. मतलब अपने आप को ऑब्जेक्टिवली देखना, बहुत पर्सनली नहीं देखना. अरे मेरे अंदर ये प्रॉब्लम है क्या, मेरा ये हो सकता है क्या, मैं ऐसी हूँ क्या, ये मुझे ऐसे बोल रहा है, मैं. दिस इज बिकमिंग वेरी अटैच्ड एंड नॉट टेकिंग योरसेल्फ ऑब्जेक्टिवली. जब इंसान अपने आप को ऑब्जेक्टिवली लेता है तो अपनी गलतियों पर हंस सकता है, अपनी गलतियों को भी ऑब्जेक्टिवली ले सकता है. Okay, so Divyansh, your question is what is a character flaw to change? Well, इस सेशन में बहुत मिल जाएंगे हम लोग को, डोंट वरी. बहुत सारे हैं हमारे अंदर जो हम लोग की अवेयरनेस में नहीं है. So which is good. When we become aware, we will start seeing it. If you in fact keep on telling yourself, आपको सब दिखने लग जाएगा. ओके, दिखने लग जाएगा मीन्स व्हाट? So what you want to change within you, you need light. So when light comes into your aura, आपको सब चीज साफ साफ दिखाई देने लगती है. जब सब चीज साफ साफ दिखाई देने लगेगी, then you use your tools and techniques to remove what you wish to remove, to put what you wish to put, and that is how you can build your character. All right, so let's move ahead. Faults occur because of pride, stealing, unregulated chaotic emotions, and insistence in supporting ridiculous statements and stands. Okay, so very clearly Master is given. Faults occur because of pride, because of stealing, because of unregulated emotions, and insistence in supporting ridiculous statements and stands means supporting negativity, supporting negative people, supporting wrong statements, supporting wrong stands. Vices are also energy. They can be disintegrated. So vices से डरना नहीं है. Vices को भी objectively लेना है. Take it objectively also. Vices or negative qualities, they are also energy. You extract this energy, you disintegrate them, and make life a lot easier. As simple as that. So this line is very powerful, by the way. You extract this energy, you disintegrate them. It makes life a lot easier. As simple as that. So what do you need to do with the vice? Extract, disintegrate. Extract, disintegrate. Shall we practice this? Shall we practice this? Think about a vice that you would like to let go of. आपका सबसे फेवरेट वाइस जो अपने आप से आप चिपका के रखे हैं, उसको निकालते हैं. ठीक है, आप उसी को पकड़ के रखेंगे जो वाइस बहुत गंदा होता है, लेकिन हम लोग को देखना भी नहीं है, बट अनफॉर्चुनेटली वो आपका फेवरेट बन जाता है बिकॉज उसी को आप आपके ऑरा में जगह दे रहे हैं. व्हाट वुड यू लाइक टू लेट गो ऑफ? नाउ बिकॉज वी आर अ ग्रुप, एक ग्रुप में प्रैक्टिस जब करते हैं, ग्रुप में प्रेयर्स करते हैं, देन इट इज मोर इफेक्टिव. सो लेट्स प्रैक्टिस. थिंक अबाउट एनीथिंग, preferably put it in one word. Put it in one word. If you have questions, you can quickly ask. Trusting people easily is not a vice. Gullibility is a vice. Worrying is a vice. Getting fearful is a vice. Stubborn or not being understanding is a vice, yes. Okay? Just think about any vice. So we are going to use the two words given by Master. अपने आप में ये भी एक टेक्निक है. You extract this energy and you disintegrate the energy. Okay? So हम लोगों को क्या करना है? उस एनर्जी को हम एक्सट्रैक्ट करेंगे, डिसइंटीग्रेट करेंगे, एक्सट्रैक्ट करेंगे, डिसइंटीग्रेट करेंगे. Okay? You can think about anger, irritation, fear. Would you like to practice on any one thing commonly, if that is easy? Okay? So choose any one energy which we all can practice together. Worry. Okay, whichever I see maximum messages, I'll take that up. Okay, I think too many messages on worry. So let's practice worry. आप इसको आप कोई और चीज के लिए भी practice कर सकते हैं. So we'll do it with the help of prayers, and we will use the technique given, the words given by Master: extract and disintegrate. Extract and disintegrate. Now, just relax. Keep your spine straight. Think about any worry which is playing back of your mind. Worry may be about your children. Worry is about your health. Worry is about your business. Maybe you're worried about somebody else in the family. Take a deep breath. Now please affirm, I am the soul. I'm not this worry. May this energy of worry be extracted from my aura. May this energy of worry be extracted and disintegrated. Just affirm 3 times, may the worry be extracted. Extract, extract, extract. From my aura, from my chakras. May this energy of worry be disintegrated. Disintegrate, disintegrate, disintegrate. Now, so be it. May this energy of worry be extracted and disintegrated. extracted and disintegrated. When you say extracted, imagine करिए कि एनर्जी आपके ऑरा से बाहर निकल रही है. And when you say disintegrated, imagine that it is breaking down into pieces or going into the sun. May all the thoughts of worry extract, 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 disintegrate, disintegrate, disintegrate. Thank you, God, for the miraculous healing for all of us. So be it. Gently open your eyes. How do you feel? Wonderful, isn't it amazing? So this is just little awareness. Next time you have any thought, like for example, you're feeling anger, then you say the energy of anger, extract, 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 disintegrate, disintegrate, disintegrate. उसको extract करिए, disintegrate करिए, extract करिए, disintegrate करिए. Just affirm 3 to 4 times. All what is required is this awareness. So जब भी कोई negative emotion है, you just say I'm the soul. This negative emotion extract. जब आप उसे बोलते हैं extract, वो emotion आपके aura से चक्र से बाहर निकल जाता है. जब आप उसे बोलते हैं disintegrate, then it breaks into pieces and the energy gets disintegrated. So you can practice this as much as you like, as regular as you like. All right, let's go ahead. Development of the mental faculty must be accompanied by the development of the heart. The virtues are given to guide you. The development of the virtues must be balanced. Development of one virtue is dependent on all the other virtues. The chakras and the virtues are connected. The more you develop your virtues, the stronger your connection to God will become. Okay? Mastery of a virtue is in the degree of mastery of other virtues. So if you see, the virtues are interconnected. तो आप ये नहीं बोल सकते कि हम एक virtue practice करें तो हम दूसरा virtue भूल गए. Like for example, for prosperity. So prosperity के लिए हम लोग को कौन सा virtue बहुत important है? What do you think? For prosperity, which virtue do you think is the most important that comes to your mind? Generosity, right? But if you see, सिर्फ generosity से तो prosperity भी नहीं आती. There are so many people I have seen, they do 10% tithing, but they still have financial problems. ऐसे क्यों होता होगा? फिर तो जो 10% tithing कर रहा है उसको मिल जाना चाहिए. But it is also connected to other virtues. Are they practicing 30% saving? There are so many people I've seen, they are very generous in giving, but they don't know how to save. Unregulated expenditures, no 30% saving. So वैसे बोलते हैं, for prosperity you need both. 10-30 principle, 10% tithing, 30% savings. And I've seen many people also, they are very good at tithing, but they're not good at saving. And after some time, they suffer. Okay, so saving is connected to the virtue of moderation. Tithing is connected to the virtue of generosity. So you need basically balance of many virtues like this in any particular aspect that we take up. So that's why Master says, mastery of a virtue is in the degree of mastery of all the other virtues also. Let's go to evolution, page number 9. Creation and evolution are actually two sides of the same coin. People assume that creation is a one-time process. Creation is a continuous process. You can call it evolution. Okay, so one thing we need to understand that evolution, even character building, by the way, is a continuous process. It's a continuous process. And it is something that we can continuously keep on fine-tuning. When children are learning to walk, they fall down. Everybody makes mistakes. So, हम लोग बहुत बार लोगों को brand कर देते हैं. Oh, this person is bad in character. Or this person is very good in character. Do you think we can ever tag somebody like that? No. Because every soul is evolving. Okay, so somebody who is good in character in your mind is probably does have certain, आपके मन का वो एक perception है कि किसी का nature ऐसा ऐसा है, मतलब वो अच्छा character का इंसान है. It's just your mental perception. But we need to understand, it is possible कि वो बहुत old soul है और उसके हिसाब से आपको जो good character लग रहा है उसके स्टैंडर्ड के हिसाब से, उसके सोल के एवोल्यूशन के हिसाब से, दैट पर्सन इज नॉट इवॉल्विंग एंड इज स्टक एंड इज नॉट रियली हाई ऑन कैरेक्टर. तो हर चीज का डेफिनेशन अलग है. इट्स लाइक हाउ यू हैव अ स्कूल. कोई एक स्कूल होता है, तो उसको कोई कोई क्लास 2 के बच्चे को आप क्लास 1 का क्वेश्चन पेपर देंगे तो उसको इजी लगेगा, बट क्लास 2 के बच्चे को आप अगर एक क्लास 8 का क्वेश्चन पेपर देंगे उसको टफ लगेगा. But for a class 8 kid, it will be easy. So it is very relative. So when it comes to evolution, we cannot really gauge or understand कि किस इंसान के लिए कौन सा virtue difficult है. That is why we need to realize that everybody makes mistakes. And we really don't know कि कौन सा soul कितना evolve है. It's like we don't know कि कौन सा soul class 2 में है या class 5 में है या class 8 में है. अब क्लास 8 का बच्चा अगर कोई आंसर नहीं दे पा रहा है तो हम लोग तो यही सोचेंगे ना, अच्छा ठीक है, क्लास 10 का क्वेश्चन क्लास 8 का बच्चा कैसे आंसर करेगा. इट्स ओके इफ दैट पर्सन मेक्स मिस्टेक, वी विल बिहेव लाइक दैट, राइट? बट द सेम थिंग हैपेंस ऑन द सोल लेवल. वी डोंट नो कि वो सोल का एवोल्यूशन कितना है और उसके लिए वो मिस्टेक नॉर्मल है कि नहीं है. इट इज नॉट पॉसिबल फॉर अस टू गेज. दैट इज व्हाई वी नीड टू रियलाइज दैट एवरीबॉडी मेक्स मिस्टेक्स. That's how that person is. That's how that person is. Okay? We all have many good points, but we all make mistakes. Just by listening, you are evolving. Some people do not hear because they refuse to listen. The moment you try to evade a problem, progress stops. So this thing you need to realize कि problem को अगर हम लोग side कर देते हैं, हमारी progress stop हो जाती है. Spiritual progress. Okay, I'll ask you a question and I want you to answer this to yourself. Okay, how many of you feel that you're stuck? How many of you feel purposeless? How many of you feel that you're lost? मतलब ऐसा लग रहा है कि लाइफ कुछ आगे बढ़ नहीं रही है, हम जहाँ थे वहीं थे, या हम लोगों को कुछ आगे पता ही नहीं चल रहा है कि हम ग्रो कर रहे हैं नहीं कर रहे हैं. You just feel stuck or you feel lost. Would you like to know why is that happening? You will feel like that. बहुत बार we relate it to our business. और वी रिलेट टू आवर रिलेशनशिप. कहते हैं नहीं, बिजनेस ग्रो नहीं कर रहा है इसलिए मुझे ग्रोथ नहीं फील हो रही है, या मेरे फैमिली में कुछ आगे बढ़ नहीं रहा है इसलिए मुझे ग्रोथ नहीं फील हो रही है. एक्चुअली व्हाट इज नॉट ग्रोइंग इज द सोल. एंड व्हाई इज द सोल नॉट ग्रोइंग? बिकॉज जो प्रॉब्लम को आपको एड्रेस करना चाहिए वही प्रॉब्लम आप साइड करके बैठ गए और बाकी प्रॉब्लम्स में अपने आप को यू आर कीपिंग बिजी. सो यू थिंक दैट यू आर बिजी, बट द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट प्रॉब्लम इज बीइंग पुट अंडर द कारपेट. You're not addressing it. इसका इफेक्ट क्या होता है? People fall into depression. इसका इफेक्ट क्या होता है? You feel lost, you feel lonely, you feel sad because the higher soul is not showing interest in you. Higher soul हमारे में इंटरेस्ट क्यों नहीं दिखा पा रहा है? क्योंकि जो चीज का जो प्रॉब्लम हमको सॉल्व करनी चाहिए वो हम नहीं कर रहे हैं, बाकी प्रॉब्लम्स हम सब सॉल्व कर रहे हैं. Okay, it's like this. You are in a school जहां पे आपके 8 सब्जेक्ट्स है, 8 सब्जेक्ट्स है, आप 7 सब्जेक्ट्स में पास हो चुके हो, बट एक सब्जेक्ट में आप फेल हो गए हो और आपके टीचर्स चाहते हैं कि वो 1 सब्जेक्ट जो है, से फॉर एग्जांपल केमिस्ट्री, यू आर फेलिंग इन केमिस्ट्री, सो योर टीचर वांट्स यू टू एड्रेस केमिस्ट्री, बट यू फाइंड केमिस्ट्री डिफिकल्ट. सो व्हाट यू डू? यू कीप योरसेल्फ बिजी. You keep on giving English tests, you keep on giving math tests, you keep on giving physics tests because you're good at it. And you feel busy and you feel good, but then उससे कोई फायदा नहीं हो रहा है लाइफ में क्योंकि वो आप ऑलरेडी पास कर चुके हो. इसीलिए you think that you're busy, you think that you're performing, but internally you're empty. This happens to many souls who are already doing well in life. You're already earning a lot of money, you already don't have relationship problems, you're already doing fine, good job done, pat your back. But what about that one thing which you are closing your eyes and ears to? If you address that, you will not feel hollow inside. अंदर से हॉलोनेस क्यों फील हो रही है? क्योंकि हमारे खुद के कैरेक्टर में जो हमको ठीक करना चाहिए, हम लोग के खुद को हमको पता है. You the soul knows it. I cannot tell you, nobody else can tell you. You the soul knows the answer. You the soul knows कि ये मुझे ठीक करना है. बट वो ठीक हम नहीं कर रहे हैं। यू नो, वो हम बहुत बार, एक बार व्हाट्सएप में फॉरवर्ड आता है या सोशल मीडिया पर भी बहुत बार एक फॉरवर्ड आता है कि यू नो एक डिसाइपल होता है जो गॉड को बोलता है, मतलब एक ह्यूमन बीइंग होता है जो गॉड को बोलता है, भगवान मेरे लाइफ में सब चीज ठीक है, बस इस प्रॉब्लम को आप मेरे लाइफ से हटा दो। भगवान क्या बोलता है? तुम्हारे लाइफ में सब चीज ठीक है, बस इस प्रॉब्लम को तुम सॉल्व कर दो, तब हम तुमको इवॉल्व कर देंगे। गॉट इट? Now, I'll take a few questions on this. Sometimes we don't know what it is. If you put an effort to find out, you will find out. Just drop your attitude of running away from it, because we kind of run away. जैसे कोई रिलेशनशिप प्रॉब्लम है, हम लोग को पता है अंदर से प्रॉब्लम है, सबसे पहले तो हम हाइड आउट करते हैं, नहीं नहीं मुझे कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं, आई एम ओके, look, I'm not reacting, I'm okay even if that person is there in front of me, but internally you don't want it. This is running away. हो सकता है आपके बिजनेस में कोई प्रॉब्लम है, हम लोग बोलते हैं नहीं मेरा तो मार्केटिंग बहुत अच्छा चल रहा है, मेरा सेल्स बहुत अच्छा चल रहा है, बट इंटरनली यू नो कि अकाउंट्स में प्रॉब्लम है, बट वो सब्जेक्ट आपको अच्छा नहीं लगता है और वहां पे प्रॉब्लम दिखने वाला है, इसलिए हमको घुसना ही नहीं है। इससे हम क्या करें, दूसरी जगह अपने आप को बिजी कर ले रहे हैं, वी आर नॉट अटेंडिंग टू दैट प्रॉब्लम, राइट? सो वी नीड टू फिगर आउट एंड वी हैव टू फेस आवरसेल्व्स, एंड दैट इज ट्रू कैरेक्टर बिल्डिंग। बिकॉज एक ह्यूमन माइंड होता है, हम लोग सबसे पहले उसको साइड कर देते हैं, सबसे पहले साइड कर देते हैं। So there is a question, how to understand the problem? Well, just ask yourself, what is it that you are not wanting to face? कौन सा प्रॉब्लम है जो आप फेस ही नहीं करना चाहते? कौन सा प्रॉब्लम है जो आप एकदम साइड कर दे रहे हो? इतना कभी कभी हम लोग साइड कर देते हैं उस प्रॉब्लम को या उस इशू को, क्योंकि उसमें आपको खुद को चेंज करना पड़ेगा, और यू जस्ट डोंट वांट टू, यू डोंट इवन वांट टू लुक एट इट, यू डोंट वांट टू सी इट आल्सो। जस्ट लाइक दैट जंक रूम विच इज इन आवर होम्स, जो हमारा स्टोर रूम होता है, जंक रूम होता है, मालूम है वहां इतना गंदगी है कि हमको देखना ही नहीं है, बट नहीं देखने से तो प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व नहीं हो रहा, इट्स पार्ट ऑफ योर हाउस। ऑलराइट, so can we pray to understand? Yes, that can be done. So Preeti, that is the right track actually. तो अगर आप कोई चीज ऐसी छुपा रहे हैं, if you're feeling hollow inside, if you're feeling lonely inside, if you're feeling lack of purpose, lack of clarity in spite of your meditations, well, this is the missing link. You are not facing what you're supposed to face, right? Okay, so let's move ahead. Be patient and tolerant, accept people as they are. You must show mercy in order to receive mercy. Immature souls behave immaturely because this is their nature. A baby behaves like a baby until he grows up. Let them be. Okay? So, you have somebody in your house जो रोज सुबह सेम गलती करता है और रोज सुबह आप सेम चीज के लिए झगड़ा करते हैं. It is just like a baby who pees in the diaper and you change the diaper. That's what Master says. But वो करता रहेगा. But you don't get upset about it. Alright? Yes, we will finish in another 2 minutes. Don't worry. Let other people be where they are. Leave them alone. Do not try to change them too fast. Let them grow at their own pace. Alright. As a disciple becomes more intelligent, this I will take a little bit in detail. So we will stop here and we will continue with as a disciple becomes more intelligent tomorrow. Okay. So for now, it's 5 o'clock. We will pause here. We will just close with an invocation. So I hope today's session was helpful, and I'm looking forward for tomorrow's session and more in-depth clarity for character building. All right. So let's close with a prayer. Be aware of your heart and your crown. To the Supreme God, Divine Father, Divine Mother, to Lord Mahaguruji Mailing, to all the great ones, we thank you for your blessings, your guidance, your help and protection. Thank you for blessing us with the ability to practice character building. Thank you for blessing us to look at ourselves objectively so that we can overcome our weaknesses and evolve spiritually. In full faith, so be it. All right. Thank you very much. By the way, just a small announcement. Some people are still being requesting to join in for the session. So even if you have your friends, other people whom you feel they can join in, then they can still join in, and today's session recording can be given to them. It will be uploaded by 8 o'clock. Okay, thank you very much.